this video, we're going to be talking about evaluating expressions. So when you're asked to evaluate an expression, what does that mean? That means that you're going to plug in numbers for the variables or the letters that they give you in the expression to get a number for your answer. So that's the whole goal. So I'm just going to kind of teach you by example how to do this. Okay, so I want to evaluate the expressions below. So my first expression right here says 6x plus y. And they want me to evaluate it when x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 7. So I notice here I have a variable x and I have a variable y. Here they're telling me x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 7. So I'm going to use the substitution concept that says wherever I have an x here, I'm going to replace it with a 2 because this statement right here, x equals 2, says that x means the same thing as 2. Okay, and then over here, wherever I have a y in my equation here, I'm going to substitute in 7 for y because it tells me y is equal to 7. This means 7 is the same thing as y. So when I'm doing these, I like to set up what I call a skeleton. So I'm going to do 6. Wherever I have a variable, I'm just going to put a parentheses. This is my skeleton. Okay? And I realize, and I like to color code mine, like this. Okay? So what is going to go in the place of this x in this pink spot? Well, we know that x is the same as 2, so here I'm going to write a 2. What's going to go in my blue space here? Well, in my blue space is a y, and over here it's telling me y is the same as 7, so this one I'm going to write a 7. Now, I'm going to use my order of operations in order to simplify this expression. So, I use my PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses, I don't have any. Well, technically I have parentheses, but there's nothing I can do with those parentheses. I don't have any exponents. Next comes multiplication or division. I have multiplication, so that's 6 times 2, so I do that first, which is 12. And then I end up with 12 plus 7, which is 19. Final answer. Okay, next. All right, so I have 5wx squared. So I'm going to set up my skeleton, and I'm going to color code it again. So I'm going to go pink here, blue here. So here's my skeleton. So I have 5 skeleton, skeleton squared. So here I have a pink. Here I have a blue. Okay, what's going to go in my pink? Well, over here you can think of this as your code breaker. Okay, it's telling me what I need to do. So my pink over here is w, and here it tells me w equals 3. So that means wherever I have a w, which is this pink guy, I'm going to write a 3. Over here, it's telling me that x is equal to -2. So down here in my skeleton, wherever I have an x, or this blue, I'm going to write in place a -2. Now I'm going to use my order of operations to simplify. So I have, my PEMDAS, so I have any parentheses? Well, I do, but there's nothing I can do inside my parentheses because it's already simplified. Exponents. Yeah, I have an exponent right here. -2 squared. Remember, -2 squared means -2 times -2, which is +4. So this is going to give me 5 times 3 times 4. Okay, and then we're just going to multiply this from left to right. So 5 times 3, I'm going to do that first. 5 times 3 is equal to 15. And then 15 times 4, which gives me 60. So here's my final answer. Okay, let's do another one. We'll put it up here so we can see. Okay, now this one is all variables. So I'm going to set up my skeleton. So I got parentheses, parentheses, divided by, parentheses, squared. Okay, so here I have an A, which would be here. And I go over and my code tells me that an A is 4. So I'm going to write here a 4. Oh, that's a funny looking 4. All right. Over here I have a B, which goes in this space. I go over to my code breaker. B is -1, so wherever I have a blue, I'm going to write a -1. Okay, and then on my bottom, I have a C. So in this part C, I go over here, what does it tell me I need to write in place of a C? I need to write a 2, just like this. Okay, so now I use my order of operations. Can't simplify anything inside my parentheses. I do have an exponent. 2 squared, remember 2 squared means 2 times 2, or 2 multiplied by itself 2 times. So I have 4 times -1. 2 squared is 4. And then my order of operations says I can do multiplication and division. I'm going to do it from left to right. So I'm just going to start at the top. So I have 4 times -1 gives me -4 divided by 4. And -4 divided by 4. Remember, a negative divided by a positive is a negative. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. Final answer. Okay, and last one. X squared. Now, this guy, I only have one thing. I have x squared. So, right here in this pink spot, it tells me that x is equal to 2/3. So that means I'm going to write a 2/3 in here. Now, we haven't squared a parentheses with a fraction in here before. So I can't simplify my fraction inside my parentheses, but when I'm squaring a fraction, I want to square the top. So this is 2 squared. Whoops. And 3 squared, I square each one. So 2 squared, 2 times 2 is 4, and 3 squared, 3 times 3 is 9. That's my final answer. Please let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.